I tell you something, as a kid, I was 12 and 13 years old, and I would have adults that I would walk by, drunks, whatever, folks that were just out on the block early in the morning that watched me. To this day, there's people on Lewis Street that will tell you, I used to watch that girl going to school every day. She's a smart girl. But there was also adults out there, hey, you think you something, huh? Going to school every day. I mean, who says that to a kid? My mom died when I was 10 years old. And my mom was an educated woman. She worked for the postal system, U.S. Post Office. She died when I was 10 years old from multiple sclerosis. We went from like one environment which was considered to be somewhat middle class back in the 60s for African Americans, home ownership, to when my mom died. We were cast into, you know, the hood, so to speak. So that was a reality check for me because my mom was, again, an educated woman. I remember we had to eat Product 19 and Kaboom because there was a government study that those are the most nutritious cereals. My grandmother really did not understand or see the value of education. So at 17, you know, I left the hood. I left my grandmother's house, and I was a HEOP student, and I got to go to, you know, RIT. A lot of these girls have very dysfunctional relationships with their moms. They come from households that are so overwhelmed, you know, where there's only maintenance going on. I grew up in a household where there was just maintenance, no nurturing, just maintenance. These girls are 14, 15, 16. Their moms are 27, 28, and 30. They had them when they were very young. They're overwhelmed. They can't meet the needs, and they're still trying to be young themselves. So there's a lot of anger. These kids are very, very angry. You know, when they look around their worlds and they see their basic day-to-day needs, a lot of these kids, their basic day-to-day needs are not being met, yet you have caretakers and service providers that make that assumption. You know, when a kid goes to school and he's in that teacher's classroom and is being disruptive, no one's thinking, this kid slept in a shelter last night. This kid didn't have breakfast this morning. This kid saw his dad stomp his mom this morning. No one's thinking that. It's, you know, why won't this boy sit down? I call myself a poster child, you know, because I was them. And I always try to tell them, if I made it, trust me, you can make it.